see you. Big time Frank Warren. Should have put Marcel on a stool, man. We're looking like his little brothers. You know?
It's all good, man. Tonight on BCS Under the Lights. Helicopters landing at Parker. College coaches from all over.
And to come here and see these young men working, competing, lifting, I love it.
Making last-minute recruiting stops in the Birmingham City schools ahead of National Signing Day. And that day has arrived.
It's my parents. I want to thank God for everything I do.
It's time to see where our scholar athletes are headed for college. The show starts right now.
Under the Lights.
From Birmingham to the world, this is a special edition of BCS Under the Lights. We're broadcasting live, literally under the lights, at City Walk, Birmingham in Uptown. You're looking live at the mighty marching Rams of Ramsey High School and our BCS All-Star cheerleaders. Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Brown, here with my co-host, Brett Oates, BCS Athletic Director, Henry Pope, and special guest, Huffman High School football and track star, Marcel Darius. Here's some background on Marcel, first of all. After a successful run at our very own Huffman High School, Marcel went on to play college football for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Marcel also played for the National Football League, for the Buffalo Bills, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's time to get into tonight's action, guys. Let's get ready to roll. It's National Signing Day, ladies and gentlemen. It's National Signing Day not only in Birmingham, but all across America. More than 30 athletes in the BCS are expected, will have already put their pens to paper to finalize where they're going to play college football this fall. Let's start with the Parker Thundering Herd, the historic A.H. Parker High School. A total of 6 students signed their letters of intent this morning. 3 players signed last December. Topping Parker's recruiting class is Jeremiah Beeman. According to 24/7 Sports, Beeman is ranked 8th in the state among football recruits. This video is of Beeman announcing his decision to play at the University of Alabama last May. He is an early signee. Beeman officially enrolled in Alabama last month. Scholar athletes we have here in the Birmingham City Schools. It was an emotional but an exciting day for the remaining athletes who were joined by their families on their signing day at Parker this morning. The athletes have decided to play for UAB, Miles College, among the many universities that our players selected.
Talk about, this big day for you and what it means for you and your family.
It means a lot to me because this is something I dreamed of since I was a kid. And I was emotional because I realized that I made these two right here next to me very proud. They did a great job with me growing up, and I just want to thank them for that.
It's really a blessing, you know what I'm saying? All my hard work paying off, you know what I'm saying? So, really just a blessing. Thank my parents for getting me this far, you know what I'm saying? My teammates and my coaches.
But it's been a big day. It's a big day for me, and I'm proud to be a Miles Golden Bear.
I'm just glad I'm in a position where I can build up Birmingham itself. I really love the coaches. I got to talk to them for a little bit, and I'm glad I'm going to UAB.
I was excited that it was coming up because I worked my hardest this whole season, the off season, to get to this moment that I am right now.
All right, back live with the crew and Parker's head football coach, Frank Warren. Welcome, Coach. What are your thoughts on the guys' final decisions on signing day today?
Oh, man, it's a blessing to have those kids sign, to live out their dream of finishing in college. We had 6 signed today and had 3 in the early signing period, so we had a total of 9 kids and looking for more next year, and it's just a blessing.
Coach A.D. Pope, talk to us about what that means to have one of your premier high schools in our district signing so many ball players.
It means great things to happen in Birmingham City School District. I think that a lot of people have to take account for what we're doing in this district. We have young coaches that are excited. We have players that are hungry. We have a program that is being built. You know, a superintendent, a board that supports what we're trying to do, and you can tell by the fruits of the labor that these guys are getting now.
Marcel, talk to us about the feeling. Just give us a snippet. Don't give it all now because we got to go through a lot of athletes. But talk to us about what it feels to sit at that table on your signing day, a very special day.
I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm just sitting here with my mom, just thinking about all the things that it took to get there and just everything that it's going to take for them to get to the next step. I'm just happy for them. It's a great opportunity.
Now, Brett, we saw a lot of our athletes, a couple of them are already in college. You've been a professor at Parker University. Yes, you are, my brother. Talk to us about what these guys did in the classroom to prepare themselves to even take advantage of these opportunities.
Man, we had some excellent athletes, but they were better in the classroom. I've had a couple of those guys in my classroom. Top-notch guys come in, take care of the work. They were focused on what they were doing in the classroom because they're focusing on what's going to happen after football. And it's amazing to hear 17 or 18-year-old guys to start talking about, look, I know this is not forever, and this is a shelf life. And the things that they're talking about, because they were talking about, what is the major they're going. The school that played a part in what school they chose because it had the major that they wanted to be in.
Now, Coach, on the field, you had a very successful season. Talk to us about what these seniors meant to your program this year and over the last 4 years.
We had an off-season season, finished the semifinals. This actually was my first freshman class when I first got the job for COVID.
Yeah, right.
And I told them every day, y'all changed this program, how hard y'all worked and what y'all did and believed and make the freshmen behind them, kids believe to do the right things every time. And so us going to the 4th round, we didn't get the goal we wanted, but it made us more hungry for next year.
A.D. Pope, come on now, let's give an evaluation on the record right here. What does this say about one of your coaches that in his 4th year that his seniors are doing what these guys did?
Yeah, like he was saying, I was thinking the exact same thing. This is his 4th year, his 4th run at this thing. He went second round, quarterfinals, and then now he went to the semifinals. So, if we follow with attrition the way that we are, I expect to see a blue map next year.
I like that, Dr.
So now he's going to kick in the
Okay. Marcel, talk to us about what it means, when you have a group of seniors that you all came in together. You've been struggling. You've been walking that walk, man, for 4 years, and now you're about to say bye, but you're all going to the next level.
I mean, it's good to see us all grow up together and try to make things happen, but when we part our ways, it's good to see a boy across the table and like, man, we did that. We promised to ourselves with each other we're going to get there, and we pushed ourselves, and to see them make that decision together, knowing they're going to continue to do it, man, it means the world, man. I still have friends here to this day. I talk to them. We did a lot. We have a lot of fun, and, man, it's crazy. They have a lot to life to live.
Coach Warren, what are some of the things that you all do at Parker to prepare your athletes for this stage? We know you do ACT prep, but what are some other things and other values you try to put into your guys so they'll be ready for this day, which is the beginning of their brand?
Something we did this summer, we did early morning workouts, start at 6:30 because Birmingham City now implemented credit advancement so you can graduate early. So I put that in plan to let them know, hey, we got something planned for y'all to be busy the whole summer. So we had them up there from 6:30 to about 3 o'clock every day. They ate up there, they hung around each other, and it's made us who we were. And that's some of the things I want to let them know. In college, you're going to be up there all day, every day.
Know it.
And the scholarship, they free. I don't think it is. But I implemented some things, trying to build a program like that in college. So understanding, like, hey, you got to have school and football. All they go hand in hand. You lazy on the classroom, you're going to be lazy on the football field. So I try to teach them, man, they did it. A lot of people doubted that we were going to be able to get a workout in the morning, but we did it.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Jeremiah Beeman is considered to be Parker's top signee. Our very own Fred Davenport had a chance to talk with Beeman about his decision to play for Alabama.
Just talk about how big this announcement, how big the decision was for you. I know you had options.
It was huge. I feel like I did what's best for me, my family, and everybody else that helped supported me throughout my process.
Talk about how hard it was to make that decision. I'm sure it wasn't easy.
It definitely wasn't easy talking to many coaches, talking to multiple coaches today, just talking to people, just having to build relationships. But I still hope I have some of the relationships with coaches that I did before this. So,
talk about how Parker, prepared you for that next step.
I definitely say Parker. It helped me massively in my process. Mr. Hudson, by teaching me how to be a leader. Coach Warren has teaching me how to lead a team. He gives me the control of the team. I'm the team leader right now, so I feel like Parker has definitely impacted me a lot, helped me throughout my process.
All right, you want to say anything? Thank you to your family for supporting you along the way.
I want to say thank you to my family, my coaches, all my teachers, Coach L, Coach Warren, Coach Jalen, everybody.
All right. Ramsey High School's football team is losing more than 20 seniors. Up next, we'll take you to the Hill to see who all are going to play college football at the next level from Ramsey High School. Before we head to break, let's hear from those mighty marching Rams.
Good job. Hey, I do want you to come.
I graduated Birmingham City Schools in the class of 2023. Our class faced many challenges, such as a pandemic, that taught us how to persevere. The administration of Helping High School encouraged me to achieve. I enjoyed the rigor of the Academy of Architecture and Construction, as well as the courses in science and mathematics. These courses prepared me for Auburn University, where I'm studying biomedical sciences for a career as a molecular oncologist. Scholarships, the Birmingham Promise, and my Birmingham City Schools diploma have opened doors for a bright future.
Birmingham City Schools. Success starts here.
Partnering
the interruption, but I would like to congratulate
George Washington Carver High School for being recognized
for not being on the priority list announced by the State Department. This is making history here at Carver High School.
Congratulations to the Carver High School Rams, faculty,
staff, students, and parents for hard work and dedication to making sure we educate our students.
Let's go Rams!
To hear the news that we came off the failing list was actually very exciting because it does good for the community as a Birmingham City School, and it does help put Carver on the map, and it does bring pride to all the students here that we represent Carver. Now we're not just a striving school, but now we're not on the failing list. We're doing good academically.
I'm super excited. So Ms. Hines got here my freshman year. I really didn't get an impression of her until my sophomore year. And throughout the year she's been here, she's really helped me, as long as other students, navigate through the college admissions process, ACT prep for juniors and seniors if they still need it. Also, her faculty is really helpful.
When I heard that we came off the failing list, I was really excited because that'll help me and way more students reach their goals.
Let's go Carver! Carver, let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go Carver! Carver, let's go, let's go, let's go!
You're watching BCS Under the Lights.
A look at where the Ramsey Rams signees will take their talents next season. The list of schools include the University of Alabama, Tuskegee University, and the University of Central Arkansas. Wonderful day. Now, Ramsey celebrated signing day with 10 seniors earning football scholarships, and almost half of this historic class of seniors will see action at the next level. This includes senior running back Ashton Ashford and senior wide receiver / tight end Jaquil Malone.
Actually, I feel like this is a great moment for me. This is something I've been dreaming about since I was younger. You know, with me having the injury of my 11th grade year, like I got down on myself. I thought it was over with, but you know, came back that off season, you know, got stronger, got better, and you know, I'm glad that I was able to sign the scholarship. You know, I wouldn't be nothing without God, so I want to thank him. I want to thank everybody for supporting me, thank everybody who pushed me, all the coaches, and you know, I'm just ready to show what I can do at this level.
Man, I feel great. Growing up, I always wanted to play ball on the next level. Like, that's always been my dream. And for me to be able to sign on the next level, it feels great. I thank all the people who pushed me this far, my granddad for putting me on the field, and for me to perform on the highest level in high school. I want to thank Ramsey football community. I want to thank the whole Ramsey High School, the teachers, administration, trainers, my mom, my family, and my coaches for putting me in this place right now. Be able to sign on National Signing Day.
Now, let's talk more about Ramsey signing day. Joining us now is head football coach Ronnie Jackson. Coach Jackson, would you tell us what your thoughts are on the success of this historic senior class?
Oh, man, today was an awesome day, y'all. I'm just so proud of our kids. The way they sacrificed and the way they worked extremely hard for these 4 years. This senior class is very special. Going through the pandemic and getting new coaches and new assistant coaches, and still being able to still win a state championship, and then lose in the state championship game. They're going to go down as the best class to come through Ramsey.
You think they're the best class to come through Ramsey?
Their record is 43-11 in 4 years.
Statistically, got to say it, baby.
That's good.
They're going to probably go down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, you guys have made some moves in the 5A. You played a 6A this year. Auburn, if they don't have a kicker who's going to the NFL,
yes, sir.
You guys beat Auburn.
Right.
You beat Auburn. What do you have to say about these kids, and how does that reflect on not just the kids, but the parents, as well as the whole program of your staff?
Right. It all starts with our parents and our administrators. I think they lead, and it shows with our kids. Our kids have a lot of fight. And, again, that's what we try to do at Ramsey. We want to make sure we play tough competition. We want to put them to the test, and then we'll see how far that takes us. So I'm just proud of our kids.
Steve, you got
Coach, talk to us about, we're going to talk about your top player a little later. Talk to us about Ashton. And what he meant to you coming out of that backfield.
Yes, sir. Ashton was an unbelievable player for us. He started his freshman year, and he got better and better every year. And he's just one of those hard workers, and he's one of those kids that you push and root for. Humble kid, always has a smile on his face. He brings a lot of life to practice. And I'm just extremely proud, man, the way he played for those 4 years, man. I'm grateful.
And he's going to your alma mater.
He's going to the Alabama State University.
He's going down there, so he's going to be at Alabama State. You've got a bunch of guys that are going to be going. We're going to be talking about them in just a little bit.
Okay.
But all the stuff you guys have been going through, you guys been back to back with Ramsey football.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that to do?
It's not easy. But it takes, a great coaching staff. And again, our parents, because our parents, they do trust us, and they know we want everything. We want the best for our kids. But just understanding our kids, having great relationships with them, and again, extremely proud of the way they played. And so, I'm excited.
Yeah. Now, Coach Pope, when you see them do this kind of stuff at a 5A, they're playing 6A, they're not scared to go up. What does that say about a program to you?
So I laugh at that when you just said that. This year we did reclassification. And so you have coaches calling around all over. A lot of people call me trying to see which one of my schools they can play. So a few of the 7As will call me and say, hey, Coach Pope, you think your teams want to play us? Not Parker or Ramsey, but anybody else.
But anybody else, we good to go.
Man, I laugh so hard. I tell them, if you want to play anybody, why don't you play our sons? Play ours too.
There you
know what I mean?
Right.
I tell people all the time, Ramsey is Birmingham's high school. You have kids all over Birmingham that at Ramsey High School. Right. So that takes a lot in itself in order to manage all those personalities. That takes a lot.
All right. Well, now, linebacker Quentin QB Reese leads the state this year's senior class with a scholarship to the University of Alabama to roll with the tide. We talked with Reese to learn how his hard work on the field and in the classroom helped him get to the capstone.
Ramsey High is one of Birmingham City Schools' premier secondary institutions. This school is no stranger to scholars that have worked towards success. One of Ramsey's success in the making is QB Reese. Reese, the standout scholar athlete, was recently named the 5A Lineman of the Year by the Alabama Sports Writers Association. His success as a linebacker on the gridiron earned him a scholarship to play for the Alabama Crimson Tide, a success that's also a testament to his hard work in BCS classrooms.
I feel like the rigorous workload at Ramsey will prepare me for college like no other school in the state. I mean, I'm blessed to be able to play for Ramsey in this beautiful school, and I feel like being here in this program will teach me how to compete at any college. I felt like Alabama was the best option for me, not only just as a sports standpoint, but also in school and becoming a young man. I'll recommend Birmingham City Schools just because of how much teachers care about you, and they just don't care about you as a student, but they care about you as a person as well. First off, I'd like to say thank you to the man above. Thank God. I'd like to say thank you to my parents for always being there through me without no matter what. Thank you for my coach for developing me as a player, and I wouldn't be the person I am without them. Also, I want to thank my teammates just for being there with me, competing with me in practice, and just showing love to me whenever I need it.
Now, additionally, Ramsey's football players weren't the only ones who earned scholarships. The Rams' Elizabeth Griffin earned a volleyball scholarship with the Lady Lions of Wallace State, a program that's won 14 conference titles in 15 seasons. She shares her thoughts with us on signing day.
Honestly, Wallace is an awesome program, especially their volleyball program. I would like to say that I feel like this school is a great fit for me just because of my major. My major is nursing, and especially with me being an athlete, that would be kind of difficult, but if I came this far, don't let it end now. I would like to say that Ramsey has prepared me a lot, especially for these 3 years that I've been going here. Academically, it is very challenging, but you can push through. The teachers are very they work with you, especially athletes here. 50% of Ramsey, probably 75 are athletes here. So, you know, the teachers actually do help and they kind of work with you on game days. I've had a lot of experiences with that, having games in the morning and not missing all that school. And I just feel like, you know, they really work with you and I really like that. I love it actually.
Up next, we'll talk about 3 Birmingham high schools whose athletes are still getting college offers, but didn't sign today. Now, let's head back down to the greenery to hear from those mighty marching Rams.
Scholars in Birmingham City Schools get the tools and support they need for success every day. Educators encourage students from pre-kindergarten to high school to reach their highest potential. I'm Corey Cunningham, a Milken Award winner for 2023. It's exciting to collaborate with educators to help guide students. Today, thousands of BCS scholars are in classrooms and labs or working on engaging projects to boost their learning. Tomorrow, our students will be the leaders of Birmingham, Alabama, and the world.
Birmingham City Schools, success starts here.
Solving real-world problems, a never-ending task for leaders around the globe. Here in Birmingham, emerging leaders from Southampton K-8, Wilkerson Middle, Huffman, and Ramsey High Schools aren't shying away from doing their part to solve issues in their backyard.
The foreplan of a sustainable living.
This week, scholars from the mentioned schools made it to the Final Four of the 2023 All-Tech Innovation Challenge and presented unique ideas that would eliminate all sorts of issues such as homelessness. The winners received $10,000 to fund their concept. Ramsey's Academy of Engineering scholars came out on top.
We plan to implement hydroponic growing systems at our school to assist with food insecurity. We're growing crops like fruits and vegetables, tomatoes, carrots, kale, lettuce, greens, spinach, all types of things.
Ramsey students will start the construction of their hydroponic growing systems this spring, welcoming news for residents who live in a city that's dealing with food deserts and want healthier options. The scholars were challenged with applying STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, into their ideas.
Did you know 1 out of 10?
Southampton students focused on technology and developed an app called ZenZen, which is designed to combat mental illnesses.
We plan to roll it out with kiosks and I put it on all BCS devices. We had planned to help people that went through depression or anything else, or that just feel like they didn't feel loved.
Their app will keep track of users' moods, provide resources that align with the user's zip codes, and offer music therapy. Southampton students weren't deterred after losing to the Ramsey Rams. They plan to keep brainstorming to find money to support their app.
Because we know people around the world need it.
In 2022, Carver High School students secured $10,000 to fund their Nexum app to combat crime after winning the All-Tech Challenge, proving results that success starts in BCS. I'm Fred Davenport with BCS Media.
You're watching BCS Under the Lights.
To BCS Under the Lights for our National Signing Day coverage here at City Walk in Birmingham's Uptown Division. You hear that outstanding band, you see them behind us. Several of our high school athletes delayed signing today because they're still getting offers. Our sports analyst, Michael Tart, tells us more about those athletes.
Any list of players from BCS to watch this fall has to start at Parker with their 5-star first-team All-State cornerback, Naeem Offord.
He is the top-ranked player in the state and ranked.
4 Winona Dragons are signing on Friday, led by star quarterback Anthony Young. He accounted for 26 touchdowns last season. He projects to be a cornerback at the next level. DeMarcus Johnson, a 6'4" wide receiver, produced more than 600 all-purpose yards and 9 total touchdowns last season. Middle linebacker Joshua Grant had 59 tackles. He will play strong safety in college. Offensive lineman Terrence Marion can play every position on the line. Both Grant and Marion have 3.5 grade point averages. The Rams of Carver also have 4 players headed to college. Athlete Tamarcus Threet accounted for 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, including 3 pick sixes. He's weighing his offers. Naheem Hicks and Demarius Story, along with offensive lineman Decorian Moore, are also weighing their offers. Over at Woodlawn, outside linebacker Jeremiah Williams had more than 50 tackles, including 8 sacks last season. He had received offers or interest from 6 schools. In addition, cornerback Michael Givian is receiving some late interest from schools, including Miles College.
Any list of players
Joining
from BCS
us
to watch
live
this fall
is Carver High School's head coach Rod Carson, Winona's head coach Nick Howard, and Woodlawn's head coach Clarence Williams. Coaches, let's start with Coach Carson. Talk to us about how you all have prepared your guys for this point in their careers. Talk about how you prepared them to dominate at the next level.
First, I think we got to talk about dominating academically. I think we do a fine job at Carver preparing these young athletes to have success at the next level. So that's the first order of business as far as next is physically preparing them in the weight room and getting them mentally ready for the next level.
Coach, who do you have here with you?
I have Tamarcus Threet. He actually signed today with the University of Charleston in West Virginia.
Congratulations, young man.
There you go. Good for you. Yeah. We saw you play last year. You brought some excitement to us. How's it feel to sign, and are you excited about going?
Outstanding, man. Coach Clarence Williams, talk to us about some of your boys in Colonel Land. This was your first season there, leading the job, but hey, got a couple boys going to the next level. Tell us about them.
I got 6'1" edge rusher, Jeremiah Williams. He has about 5 or 6 offers so far, and just going through the process, he wants to make sure he's making the right decision. So being that this is kind of new, with everything coming on late, he needs to make sure he's making the best decision for himself.
Elaborate there, Coach, on when you talk about coming on late, you're talking about the transfer portal, first of all, has a lot of older guys in it. We've got COVID years maybe running out now, but there may be 1 or 2 still hanging around. So how has that played out for the high school athlete?
Well, definitely, if you're not one of the, one of the star-rated kids and everything else, it makes the process a whole lot slower now. And so a lot of kids think that today is the only day that they can sign, but this is actually just the starting point of the second signing period. So it's nothing that you have to rush through right now. Take your time, make sure you're making the best decision for your future, because you're talking about the next 4 to 5 years of your life, and you want to make sure you're somewhere comfortable, not only yourself, but your family as well.
That's right. Coach Howard, talk to us about what the impact has been in Dragonland, and who do you have that are signing right now and in coming days?
Actually, my guys signed today, all 4 of them. Quarterback Anthony Young, wide receiver DeMarcus Johnson, linebacker Joshua Grant, and center Terrence Marion. They signed today. They signed their letters of intent today. We're just having a ceremony on Friday, and our guys, they were with me from the beginning. They worked hard, and in the end, this is how it's paying off.
Again, another coach that's in his 4th year, right, Nick?
This third season.
Third year. So you're still got a little greenness in you, but you're putting out good athletes. Now let's change the conversation a little bit. Marcel, now when you were coming out, can you recall how many guys may have been on 1 or 2 of your visits when you were coming out of high school, your official visits?
It was a bunch of guys. Like, I met Julio, Mark Ingram. We all on our visits. Courtney Upshaw. I mean, it's time you're going to meet friends for life.
And how many? Maybe 20, 30 guys?
Man, can't count, to be honest. The different schools, the different places, we all kind of met up at the same time. So I was like 100, to be honest.
Wow. Now, to contrast that with the day, guys, how many guys, I'm sure you all are taking guys on visits, because of the transfer portal, how many high school guys have you seen being brought in for these official visits?
It all depends on the weekend and what they have going on. Some schools choose to do smaller weekends to focus on those big guys. Others have big events where it might be 50, 60 guys on campus at one time. So it just depends on the school and what's going on.
It's so different now, it's crazy.
Yeah. How was it when you were going through? Was it anywhere like it is now?
It was nothing like this, bro. It's to be signed and you committed to your team and I'm going to be there. That's just how it was. You know guys that's there and you know guys that you're looking forward to leave. So it's already kind of a stacked period. But to see how it is now is just so crazy to even kind of put it into a ballpark perspective. I can't even think it's wild for y'all to even have to do it like that. Because ours was more streamlined, but it was more like that. So it's kind of crazy to even kind of to hear it from y'all perspective now.
And what does it mean to assemble yourselves with other guys from your hometown at the university level? Was that something special?
I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. I had people that didn't play sports that went to high school with me that came with us. We had a big supporting class from Huffman that went there, so it was just a different experience for me. And the athletes was just different. You know, it was kind of a different deal. Everybody went their own separate ways, but I went to Bama. Not a lot of guys went with me, so it was a little different deal.
Carson, talk about what it was like for you, man, coming out of Birmingham City Schools when you went off to college and what these athletes have before them right now as far as the opportunity.
It was way different. I actually came out as a punter, and I went to the Division II route and transferred to New Mexico State. It's just a little bit different as far as the amount of kids. Like Mr. Coach Darius said, you already knew what you were going to do, and you signed on the dotted line probably 2-3 months before it happened. So you kind of already knew what you were going to do.
A big difference I know all you all are thankful for are having facilities now. Coach Williams, you got an amen on that one quickly. Coach Williams just opened a new facility at Woodlawn. We know Nick no longer has to practice on the red dirt that he got a lot of scratches and bruises on. Carver has a beautiful facility as well. So we're thankful to the Birmingham City Schools and the Board of Education and the Jefferson County Commission who passed that sales tax that allowed us to do things for our schools in this county. So we want to remind you that everybody has to be involved to make these things a success. Well, upcoming this football season, it'll be here before you know it, Brad. And I'm ready. I don't know about you, but I'm ready. Let's take a look at some of the top 5 BCS players that you need to watch in the upcoming season. Our very own Tommy Palladino has those names for us.
Tommy P.
Any list of players from BCS to watch this fall has to start at Parker with their 5-star first-team All-State cornerback, Naeem Offord.
He is the top-ranked player in the state and ranked number 6 nationally. He has committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes, but he has more than 40 offers, including Alabama and Auburn. And then we have the big guy, Jordan Crawford. He was first-team All-State and finished number 1 in sacks in the region and number 2 in 6A. He's committed to Auburn, but he also has offers from Alabama, Georgia, and LSU, among others. Of course, the Ramsey Rams will return some college prospects as well, starting with quarterback Cameron Keenan. He was an honorable mention All-Metro last season, and he has offers from Colorado, Appalachian State, Marshall, Alabama State, and Austin Peay State. Next, also from the Rams, middle linebacker Markel Patterson, who was named second-team All-Metro in 2023. He is credited with 281 tackles, with 35 for loss and 3 sacks, along with 6 turnovers created and a forced safety. He also has a 4.1 GPA. So far, he has an offer from Miles College. Finally, from the Winona Dragons, watch out for Jashawn Bailey, who will be the starting quarterback for 2024. Bailey's a dual-threat quarterback with great pocket presence. He was also the leading tackler on the team last season at safety, which is the position he'll likely play in college.
Watch these players and more on the gridiron this fall on BCS Under the Lights. I'm Tommy Palladino with BCS Media.
The number 1 guy on our list for the upcoming football season is right here with us, Naeem Offord. We also have Huffman's head coach, Rodney Bivens, and Jackson Olin's head coach, Walter Jordan, here live with us on BCS Under the Lights Signing Day Special Edition. First, let's start with Naeem. We saw, Naeem, that you've committed to the Ohio State University. What made you, shut down the recruitment process so early? Because you'll be coming out next year.
I just felt like it was just a good fit for me. Me and my parents, we sat down. We were just communicating with the coach. I had to think and pray over it all the night. And, I feel like it was just a good fit and a better fit for me.
Brett?
Well, Naeem, a lot of people don't know he's also a good football player, but a good baseball player. But more importantly, he's a good young man, and he's a good academic kid as well. So, not kid, young man. That's what I'm going to put on there. But you were telling me you were looking at Ohio State and those other schools because you were looking at after football about your major and all of those kind of things. What did Ohio State academically offer you?
They had a lot of good stuff like communication, real estate. They got the best real estate in Columbus. We had talked about marketing. For real estate, I want to own about 3 properties by my sophomore year, and I know they said that helped me with that. That's something big.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so see, these guys are thinking, these young men are thinking way beyond after football. We all know that athletes, we have a short shelf, there's a shelf life to what we do. We all know that. So he's going to be successful off the football field like he is on. So I'm just so proud of this guy, man.
Thank you, man.
Coach Jordan and J.O., tell us about some of the guys that you have in your program. Anybody looking to sign in the next couple of days?
Yes, sir. Actually, I got one of my guys here, Rodiel Taylor. He signed with Andrew College. It's a JUCO. One of our guys, he was a linebacker, very, very, energetic, flying all around the field. Brought a lot of juice to what we needed for us.
Oh yeah, we saw him this year.
Oh yeah.
We saw him this year under the lights when y'all were playing.
Yes,
he was moving and flying around big time.
Yes, sir. So we got him. We got a couple of seniors that still, taking some visits and all that good stuff. So they should be signing or committing and all that good stuff in about the next week or two or so.
Very good, Brett.
There we go. The J.O., this year, you weren't as successful as you thought you might be, but a lot of people had you. But you're building.
Yes, sir.
On that.
Yes, sir.
Where are you guys at in that process right now?
Right now, so we're in the all-season program in the weight room. In there heavy. We got about 50 guys that's been out there, throughout the time. We got a lot of guys. We got plenty of athletes, right? Yep. So those guys were young.
Yeah.
We were young last year. We had about 14 seniors that left. Right, but we had a lot of young guys that were playing. So I think next year we should be much better.
Yeah.
I definitely should compete and definitely make some noise for Jackson Hole in the city, in the town of Ensign.
Well, yeah, me and Steve were saying that how young they were. We went down that roster this year, and you had freshmen, sophomores,
yes,
freshmen.
Sir.
I mean, you were just pumping out. I mean, it was like, my God,
yes, sir.
He's going to be playing these guys for the next 3 years.
Yes, sir.
And they're starting now.
Yes, sir.
So, good ups to you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The Huffman Vikings, Coach. Talk to us about what you got going on over there in Viking land.
Yes, sir. We got several seniors. We got Christopher Morris, Jalen Snow, and Kanye Morgan, who all have opportunities on the table. Right now, they're working on making the decisions for us what their next steps are going to be. So, like I said, I'm just telling those guys to take their time, think about what their next steps are going to be, and make sure they make a decision that's best for them and their family. Like I said, they're looking at the next 2 to 4 years as far as educational opportunities and then playing football, as far as trajectory for the next part of their life. So,
talk to us about what you have in store this spring as you get ready for your fall.
Things are definitely trending back into the right direction. The very first thing we did as soon as the offseason hit was we went to the hallways. As I tell you, guys in the hallways, they had played football, they had stopped playing for different reasons. The trending in an astronomical type of way. So things are going about in the right direction. So the offseason, we're looking forward to a lot of progress the guys are making right now, and what we have going forward for spring and up the year.
All right, well, Brett and I are looking to see what's going to be that next breakthrough team. Will it be Winona? Will it be J.O.? Or will it be Huffman or
There you go.
All right, up next, our superintendent will join us to talk National Signing Day. He's a former receiver from Woodlawn High School. But before we head to the break, let's hear from those mighty Martin Rams.
There we go. Okay,
Man, appreciate it.
Man, you didn't back up.
Man, hey, all we did was hit the reset button. Like I say, it is what it is. So we hit the reset button just to get them guys a chance. Like, even though we got players coming back, They
In
still need
Birmingham
game
City
experience.
Schools,
You know what I'm saying? And
teachers
so
provide the instruction and nurturing she needs.
When I grow up, I want to be a meteorologist. I started my journey here at Oxmoor Valley Elementary when I was 5 years old. They make learning fun with computers and technology. My teachers encourage me every day to do my best.
Birmingham City Schools, success starts here.
Page Pals looks to encourage reading outside of the classroom and inside of our homes by at least 15 minutes, 3 days per week. Now, in order to help our young students succeed, we need total commitment across the board. That's parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, mentors, and so many more. So join us. Join us in sharing the love of reading with our kids. To learn more or to volunteer to read with our students, please visit BHAMYouthFirst.org. That's BHAMYouthFirst.org or at 205-320-0879. Listen, thanks to all of you for being Page Pals.
Success starts in Birmingham City Schools. Teachers, preachers, professors, college presidents, CEOs, chefs, and welders, business owners too. They all get their start in Birmingham City Schools. BCS offers an engaging curriculum in all grades. Pre-kindergarten to prepare our children for the future. Award-winning academies and career technical programs. Middle schools focused on career paths, and early college for scholars who want to get ahead. Go to bhamcityschools.org. Begin your road to success in BCS today.
You're watching BCS Under the Lights.
The end of our live broadcast. But those mighty marching Rams and the BCS cheerleaders are getting it in. I don't want to go, fellas. I want to stay a little longer. We're joined now by our superintendent, who has to be well pleased, seeing his scholar athletes, his future college football players getting it done. And you're looking at some scholarships out here, some cheer scholarships. We just did the cheer competition. Band players, man. This is a beautiful thing, Dr. Sullivan.
It is. It's beautiful, Brown. I mean, everybody tonight really exemplifies what we say when we say BCS excellence. And this is what it is about, man. It's about Birmingham City Schools. It's about celebrating our athletes. I see Marcel over there. I'm sure when you were in school, you wish you had something like this, man.
Oh, my God, it's amazing, bro. I'm happy to be a part of it. It's crazy.
Well, we're glad to have you back. And, you know, we really want to make sure that people understand that we have our students of excellent beyond measure, and we need to highlight them and showcase them anytime we can, as much as we can.
Absolutely, Brett.
Man, this is just wonderful talking about all these guys here. But one of the things we're talking about, signing day for athletics, but we're looking at the band. Look at that. Those are scholarships as well. You know, so people,
takes a lot of talent to do that.
Hey, I can only carry a tune in a suitcase, gentlemen. So this is what I'm talking about. All the stuff that we have. We have all these athletics. We got football, basketball, baseball. Parker has now kicked off a golf team.
Right.
So they have golf over there at Parker High School.
And they also have gaming.
Yes,
and so
esports.
Esports, and so you can get a state championship with playing games. So I want to ask Steve, I want to ask you two a question. So you guys have been doing BCS Under the Lights all year long, basketball, football. How is it to see the players that you saw out on the field, you know, tonight, getting their scholarships, signing, going to colleges, and you saw these kids, you know, from the beginning game when Steve talked about the leading stick man till all the way at the end. I mean, you saw these kids play. So you guys got to be very proud of seeing it, and you saw that talent all year long.
Oh, man, I don't know about Steve, but for me, it's almost like being a proud uncle. Yeah. Because you see these guys develop. You saw them back in August, and then you see them all the way through. In each game we did, you saw teams get better. Yeah. You saw players get better. You're like, you know, there's guys that what I like to call under the radar right now they played well. And you see them coming out, but these guys right here, and you see them get ready to go away to school. Excellent.
Absolutely, it's family, man. And you see these kids reaping the benefit of their hard work.
Oh, yes.
You know, and I gotta say, I gotta go home. So I gotta acknowledge that my son signed with Tennessee Tech today.
Oh, yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah,
BCS,
yeah, there you go.
BCS excellence now.
There you go.
Right up out of Birmingham, as
Yeah.
well as Ethan Johnson,
Yeah.
who came right through Birmingham. And so a lot of our kids are doing things. So I know what the parents feel like.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like as an educator. So, hey, we just wrap it all up. Pope, talk to us about it as a parent and a player.
Right, I was about to say the same thing. You know, being a player from Birmingham City School District, there's nothing like it. I was laughing with Marcel earlier, thinking about we didn't have it like this. You know, it was like we were just like la la la. see you later. You know, but this is one thing I can honestly say. You know, you're looking at our superintendent here. You know, supporting our scholar athletes. This is not just like him doing it now. He does it all the time. I mean, he's at games and I show up and he's looking at me like, why you late? You know, so that's the kind of relationship that he has with our scholar athletes. I think people need to understand that when you have someone like this in leadership position that's a BCS kid himself, they're BCS, made. That makes us, we buy into it a little bit more than other people. We love the kids. We love our people. Yeah.
Marcel, take us out, man.
I mean, too, I'm a BCS kid myself.
Yeah.
I'm raising my kids in it, so I'm happy to be a part. Man, I love it to death. It's amazing.
I think AD Pope just came up with something that we're going to run with for next year. BCS made, baby.
You better know it, baby. BCS made.
Yes, sir. Under the lights. This has been a big day for Birmingham City Schools and a special broadcast for all of our scholar athletes. Our hearts are just filled with joy. We're glad for the families, glad for the students, glad for the schools, glad for our city. Thanks to everyone who helped to make this a success. Good night, and let's go out on the Ramsey marching round. Yeah!